Okay, so this is a health anxiety video about my breasts. I mean, you might rightly say, what breasts? Because to be honest, there's not a lot going on here. I basically am terrified perpetually of breast cancer, like perpetually. It's gotten really bad lately in the sense that I don't want to touch them. So I ask my partner to touch them. And I have a history of this. I had a cyst in my left breast when I was 23 or 24, 23. And the way that I found it was my partner found it and he told me, and then I went to the doctor and they did an ultrasound and they found this little cyst the size of a pea, which was benign, which means it wasn't cancerous, so that was great. And I have a tiny little scar there. And for many years, like, that would kind of hormonally fluctuate and it would hurt at certain times of the month. And I would have to kind of get it checked. So I've had some more sort of ultrasounds around that. And I think, all of that is very, very normal. But me being me, it freaked me out. And then my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, very early stage, and she's fine now. But it just sort of freaks me out. And I just feel like I don't want to touch them. And like when I'm in the shower, I'm just very aware of them. And I just feel like they're these kind of toxic, fraught, horrifying things that I would really rather not have. And actually, I've been wondering lately how much of the anxiety I feel around my breasts is related to cancer and how much of it is some sort of dysphoric thing where I would just like rather not have breast tissue. I mean, again, you could quite rarely say, but Becca, you don't have breast tissue. Like, what are we actually talking about here? It's like an infinitesimally small area. Like, I'm quite thin and I think my stomach protrudes more from my body than they do, at least like, for most of the month. Which again, the inner dramaturg in my head, it's like super not helpful, I think, to sometimes have these skills as sort of story makers, because my brain goes, what would the irony be if you sort of have these micro breasts and you're kind of this gender expansive person and, like your favorite thing about your chest is how flat it is, and then what kills you is breast cancer. Like, I would really rather just not have them, right? But like, even if I got rid, like, what would you even get rid of? Like, there are men with larger breasts than me who don't even have that disorder that causes them to grow breast tissue. So I don't know. Am I scared? Like, I'm scared. I had this weird thing under my nipple a couple years ago and then it went away. Like, this is the most I've touched them in a really long time and it's making me very uncomfortable. This is reminding me of something. There was some performance that I went to or something where we had to touch this, or it was part of a score, and I was like, oh my God, don't make me touch my breasts. It's like super, super triggering. Like, I don't even like to look at them. I don't like to look at my nipples because like weird things happen in there, and I don't know. I mean, I clean them out, and like I don't know if it's normal, and it feels really weird, and then sometimes they'll grow hairs, and I have to pluck them, and it's all just horrifying, and I hate it, and I just want to like outsource my breasts to like doctors and my partner, and I don't want to have to deal with them, and I don't want to have to see them, and I just don't want anything to do with them. And again, I don't know how much of this is normal. I don't know how much of it is like a sort of like dysphoric thing, like I said, and how much of it is something else. But yeah, it's this kind of hot pinky red color because it's like not the shade of pink that I enjoy. It's like a slightly more stressful pink. It's not that hot fuchsia. It's like bordering red. It's like, see, it's hard with this to get exactly the color I want. It's kind of like there. That's what it is. So yeah,